Super Tuesday recap. I am Shanna. I'm here with the doctor, and we are going to kick it off with Supergirl season 3, episode 13, Both Sides Now. Ready? What did you think of this week's episode?
They just couldn't help but 53% it up. That black woman was minding her business, singing her 90s tunes, and Monel, who's all, I can't get involved because if I die, then the future is dead. He was so quick to join in the mission where they breaking into the black woman's house and fucking with her. I was mad.
Clearly.
I won't lie. I watched it yesterday and I was like, okay, this was pretty good. But then I thought about it overnight. And I'm a little slightly irritated that they kind of... Why do sisters always got to be sacrificing themselves for these white women? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. This ain't the help. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Okay, see, the issues that I had with the episode are completely different than the issues that you had with the episode. I didn't really have any problem with how they did the whole thing with purity. And I thought Homegirl acted her behind off. Like,
absolutely.
She was amazing. My issue was more with this love triangle that nobody asked for.
Murder.
That I thought we had moved past because Kara was being so good about it. Like, Kara was really, she was like, yes, this is sad, but you know, I understand why we're at where we are, and and you know, and he loves his wife, and so I thought, and you know what, I'm a liar because I thought we were past it, but also I think last week I mentioned that I saw a little nugget from Monel, like he looked like he was going through some things, so I should have seen it coming.
I'm so irritated because my thing is the way they introduced him and his wife does not jive with the story he told John.
Not at all.
And speaking of Captain Save the Hose, can we not? I feel like they are slowly but surely turning John into the magical Martian Negro. Why is he always the confidant and shit? Why?
So I told you this is the issue that I had last week. It is really glaring now that we have Joe in a relationship, and on Black Lightning we have Jefferson and Lynn. So it is really, really glaring that John is by himself. And this show, and in general CW shows, so I don't want to like make this a Supergirl issue, but in general CW shows have a hard time writing their characters when their characters are not in a relationship. Yeah. So I feel like he's been just downgraded to CW pep talks and, you know, magical Negro status until they can find something to do with him. And that's why we need Carl Lumley back.
Right. And then Alex saying strong and wrong and strong in her wrongness. And I know you called it, but I'm still irritated that it looks like the power of love is going to be the... Can we get a different solution than the power of love every goddamn season? I'm just saying.
That's Supergirl's thing. Supergirl's thing every single season has been the power of love.
And can we talk about Kara touchdown dancing in the end zone? I was like, oh, this is physical all the way wrong. She just a strutting. I'm like, oh, you physical get fucked up. Come on, Rain. Come get her. Come get her. Oh, my God. It was pissing me off. She was too damn smug. I'm like, oh, y'all just surrounding the sister. And then, John, you got to be the magical Republican Negro joining in the fun. I'm Team World Killer. Look, y'all not going to suppress this sister. That's what you're not going to do. I'm not having it.
Okay, so my issue with Alex is that it feels very...
Racist?
Nah, I mean, aside from that, I'm more talking about the fact that it feels like this feels late. And the fact that it's coming out, like, I thought when she made it about, like, I've lost hope, that felt weird to me. And it felt like very much related to the Maggie breakup.
It seemed to come out of nowhere.
Exactly. I thought her reason for being so extra and everything was that she was going to say something about being afraid of losing her sister, which to me would have made sense. Like, I thought it was going to be, oh, you've already been beaten by Rain. This woman is potentially another world killer. We can't let the two of them get together. Like, you know, I'm afraid for your life. I thought it was going to be that.
Yeah, and that fits.
And that fits, and that it falls in line with everything that, you know, but when it turned into like, Kara, you're such an optimist. Where do you get all this optimism? I'm like, girl, like, you ain't been optimist. like you haven't been an optimist before. Where is this coming from? Like, she acts like she's been over here being like Miss Pessimist the whole time, and all of a sudden, like, Kara is like too good for this world. It just felt very weird.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I already told you it was weird to me that Kara just saw Homegirl in a dream, and now we busted into people's houses. That was ridiculous. Also, yeah, and then Homegirl's just sitting there singing Lisa Loeb, not bothering nobody.
Minding her own damn business.
Minding and even all of her business. And then when they confront her, her first thing she says is, help me.
Mm-hmm. Don't let them hurt me. Don't let them hurt me.
So the fact that Alex went so extra in that moment in particular felt especially off. Because I'm like, what did she do? What did she do to make you afraid? I feel like we just ranted for like 5 minutes, and we're like, okay, so that's what happened on Supergirl.
Pretty much. On to Black Lightning. Okay. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I do.
Oh wait, I was gonna say I agree though. That love triangle. I said the love triangle shit. Here's my note. Okay, my notes very quickly. Okay, talked about that. Power love. I'm not here for Alex Snarky. Oh, okay. Can we the highlights? Can Wynn hug me? Because when he hugged Alex, I felt it through the screen. I was like, ooh, I want a hug.
So I don't think you watched this show. There's this show on Freeform called The Fosters.
I watched a few. I watched part of season 1 because my oldest used to like that show. So I've seen it in bits and snippets.
Yeah. So right now they have this storyline where one of the moms, we don't know exactly why yet, and that part of it that's dragging is really driving me a little bit crazy, but she's basically having panic attacks.
Okay.
And they're triggered by, I think it's taking her, what's currently happening in her life is taking her back to the time in her life where she first started to come out. Because it's like she's having these panic attacks, and then something will happen, and her son and her ex-husband, because she's gay, her son and her ex-husband she'll be like, I've never felt like this before. And they're like, oh no, like, don't you remember like one time when I was little, you know, we had to like come pick you up because you were having trouble breathing and you couldn't drive. Or like her ex-husband would be like, oh, you used to do that all the time and you wouldn't like breathe and it would scare me and like all this other stuff. So it's clearly like some trauma from before that's re-triggering it. And that's how I felt watching Kyler in those scenes. Like she felt traumatized. Like she was pulling out some like Lexi Gray, Grey's Anatomy type trauma.
Right. So like I was like, she needs a hug.
That's why I thought it was going to come out that she was really scared for Kara being hurt. Like I thought that's what it was going to be, because it felt like deep trauma, not like I'm still upset because me and Maggie broke up.
Yeah.
So that scene with her and Wynn, and she was just so angry. Which, you know, also shout out to my girl who read her for filth. She was like, let me tell you about yourself. She's like, I'm about to read you up and down. The library is open. But when they hugged, I was like Alex is going. Like, someone please, like, she needs to be in therapy. Someone please talk to her. And now this is where had she been going through this and it would have been Ruby, I would have been like, this is inappropriate. You need to not be having these conversations with a little girl. Because this felt like some deep stuff. Like, you need to see a psychologist. Yeah, I like that. Plus, it gave Wynn something to do.
Mm-hmm. Look, I mean, I get all that, but I'm just saying that hug looked delicious. I want one.
So funny. Lena finding out about Sam.
Okay, so did she see? So we're confirming that she saw her eyes flash red. Mm-hmm. But what does she mean that she knows what's going on?
No, I think Lena figured it out.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, like, I think she legit knew it. And so now my question to you is, do you think Lena goes on to, because remember, she's changed a little. Well, she's reverting a little bit. Do you think Lena immediately tries to talk to Supergirl and loop her in?
Nope.
Do you think Lena keeps it a secret? Do you think...
I think she's going to tell Kara and Alex as her friends. Because, they've got that sister girl thing going on. And especially because they're going to need help with Ruby. I don't think she's going to seek out the DEO and tell them.
Mm-hmm. But, I wonder if she seeks out Kara and Alex for help, and then they, end up bringing in Supergirl and the DEO. Or that's what drives Lena and Kara.
Or what I could see happening is that she tells Kara, asking Kara not to tell Alex, knowing that Alex will involve the DEO, but not knowing that Kara is Supergirl. Or number 3, she wants to tell them, but knowing their connection to the DEO, she keeps it back because she doesn't want the DEO to get involved. So I think it's going to be one of those 3 things.
Okay. There's also a 4th option,
which
is Lena uses Rain.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and jumping back to Purity real quick. Now, see, Purity took lessons from Melinda May in fighting. Because she was laying, even without the scream, she was kicking their asses. I was like, yes! Went to the Melinda May School for Combat. Go, girl!
She was great. The actress was just doing all of it.
Yeah.
Just all of it. Like, she was reading people. She was just evil. When she, walked out... We've talked about this before, how silly some of these villains and even the superheroes can look, because you're, essentially doing really silly comic book stuff. But when you go full into it, it looks awesome. And she was she was doing that scream and her hands.
And the strutting, she was a strutting and a screaming
She had the, everything was slinky. I was like, yes.
Slay, bitch, slay. No, I'm kidding. Real quick about that subway scene. Okay, that was a little, that there goes our cheese. I'm like, why are people being thrown across and Supergirl's blasting beams and y'all's asses got to be told to get the hell out when there's a roof about to cave in on your head? Houseway. Why? What's wrong with you people?
And I assume it's the same principle of the people who are standing around taking cell phone footage when a major emergency is happening. Get the hell out of the way. What are you doing? Just quickly also, again, about the love triangle.
Do we have to talk about that? Because I'm so irritated.
I saw the nugget a couple, he was looking distressed. He was looking like he wanted to talk more to Kara, but he was holding himself back. So I saw it coming. Imra. I stand with Imra.
Same.
I stand with Imra.
Team Imra.
And this is not an anti-Kara thing, because I actually think Kara has been doing the mature thing and staying away and not letting her feelings, show too much. But wow, is Mon-El handling this wrong?
As John pointed out.
I really like that her whole thing is look, I get it. Like, that was your girlfriend. Like, and now we know that apparently out of nowhere, this was some marriage of convenience.
Which, you know, bullshit.
And alliance. Yeah. Like, literally, remember when he saved her life? Mm-hmm. The way he grabbed her face, I was like, okay, but whatever. You know, I get it, whatever. It didn't start out as love. It's love now, blah, blah, blah. But I really like that Imra's thing was just on some straight up, dude, I need you to tell the truth. Mm-hmm. If you're feeling differently, I need you to tell the truth. And we need to just, like, talk about it. Like, just, that's some grown people stuff. And I appreciate Imra. Because he out here playing games.
He really is. Trying to think, what else did we have? So instead of the 5 from the books, it's only 3, which works. That works. You don't want to crowd the field too much.
Oh, for the world killers?
Yeah. So they're just missing pestilence. I thought Julia was going to be pestilence, but she's purity, so the other one's pestilence.
Okay. I wouldn't. I was happy when Rain came in. Well, I wanted her to switch back because but I knew it was going to happen this soon. Yeah. But get you a friend like Rain.
She came through.
Rain came in at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Everybody else, I mean, I know you want a Supergirl to help you, but she came in, was like sister, and was actually protecting you. I'm like, get on the winning team. Just get on the winning team. Get on the winning team. That's all I'm saying.
Even though Sam left that poor child in that ice skate. She turned around, her mom was gone.
My agenda for killing Ruby is coming together so nicely. Almost as good as Miguel's plan to kill Jack.
You're ridiculous. All of you are lies. Ridiculous.
Miguel is dastardly. Snuck into that hospital and injected Jack with an air bubble.
Anyway, Ruby is wonderful, and I'm so happy.
Oh, no, I love her as a child, but she gotta die. She gots to die. Ain't no room for children on these shows. She gots to die.
You're going to be so upset when the power of love saves Rain and that child.
The power of her dying love can absolutely save Rain. I agree.
You're going to be so upset. Anyway. So, what would you grade this episode?
I'm going to give it a B. It was fun, but there was just, like I said, some of the pieces that didn't connect just bugged me. And Alex's whole regression to season 1, Alex, was the biggest problem. I need them to they've been doing pretty good this season for the most part. I mean, even her talking to Ruby about her relationship bugged me, but it didn't remind me of season 1 Alex. This was season 1 Alex all day, and that just, I wasn't here for it.
Yeah, it was a little season 1 Alex, just very extra for no reason. She just went highs to lows, so kind of crazily. I would give it. I think I'm going to give it a B-. Not because I don't think it was a good episode. I do think it was a good episode. I think it was a great. What I will say, it was a great episode to close out this arc, considering that they're going on a break. Yeah. Because I am very much so interested to see what happens next.
Agreed.
My issue is you close out on this and you introduce all this stuff that I didn't feel like necessarily had the right buildup. Yeah. So it's a pacing issue. Not as bad as The Flash, because The Flash, for a show about a dude running, pacing issue. Like, they just skip over whole things, and then other things they drag out for episodes. It just makes no sense.
So confession time?
Whereas, like, this, I feel like they gave us the little nuggets if you were paying enough close attention, like you knew, but nobody's here for this love triangle. And it's like,
at all.
Why did you bring this back? Like, everybody's over here, like, applauding Kara being and then with the drama.
Oh, well, confession time. I have not watched The Flash since it's been back. I've been listening to Chris DePalm and the Project Fandom crew cover it, and the more I listen, the more I'm like, I've made the right decision in skipping the Flash. I'm good. I'll listen to them, and if it sounds interesting, I'll go back and watch. But otherwise, I think I'm just gonna. There's a lot of TV that I can watch that I enjoy more, so I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah, I've understandable. There was one episode that I absolutely refused to watch.
Which one was that?
It was the one where he first went to jail. The one I like to call The Flash Meets Oz.
Shout out to Delva.
I know. In my mind, if that episode didn't have King Shark with that hat that had a BC war and the Oz, it wasn't worth watching. So, but I watched the Shrunk episode while I was cooking, so I didn't pay that much attention to it. And then, like, same thing, I watched this week's episode when in the background something else was going on. So, like, I haven't really like paid close attention to the last two episodes. Just enough to be like, this is ridiculous. So Supergirl, overall, I think it was a great way to close out this arc and get us ready for the next arc. I'm kind of sad that it's going away for a few weeks, especially because now that means it's going to go into June. But other than that, it's more the fact that they gave us a thing that nobody asked for and no one wanted.
Nope.
And something that we also thought they were doing good enough to avoid.
Yes.
And then they brought it back.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We're back to discuss the latest Black-ass episode of Black Lightning, episode 4, Black Jesus. These episode titles. These episode titles. Lawanda, Black Jesus. Lord. I love this show. Okay, so first, we're just going to go around. Everybody say just initial thoughts, just quick 1-2 sentences. How did you like this episode?
I like this one better than last week. And I liked last week's, but I like this one better. I felt like it was directed better than last week's. It didn't leave me with the questions that I had last week.
Parrish?
Yeah, I agree. I caught the last episode y'all did. Sorry, I couldn't make it. But yeah, there were some flubs in the direction on the last episode, and this one came across a lot. It communicated the point a lot better. So yeah, I liked it a little better than last week.
Yeah. Dee, how do you feel about this week?
I have questions. It's a good episode, but I have even more questions about the characters in the show. Just questions that really need some answers at some point. Like, what the hell was we'll get into it later, but what the hell was Lady Eve doing?
Yes!
Bruh.
Oh my God!
To me, those are not character questions. Those are just like,
the fuck is going on questions.
Yeah, we need to figure out what is she, like, who is, like, that was crazy. Like,
should be making zombies, man.
Ridiculous. I liked the episode a lot. Quotables. So many quotables. My biggest issue is what they're doing with Lynn's character. That is my biggest issue right now with the show.
Yes.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I have to. The characterization is starting to bug me. I will also say though, I know people on the interwebs and in different groups are like, "Oh, Lynn's the mastermind. She's evil." I'm like, but have we forgotten about that shady ass vice principal? Let's talk about her. I don't trust her.
I have stuff about, as I call her in my notes, Mrs. McThirsty, but I have some notes about her. But I just think this is a problem. Again, not a Black Lightning problem. This is a CW show's problem. Every single first season, they have struggled to make the love interest or the love stories on their shows compelling, or they make it, like, I don't want to say not compelling, because Barry and Iris were compelling first season, but it is to be an obstacle in some way. They mischaracterize them. So, like, first season of Flash, you had Iris being gaslit a lot. Mm-hmm. And then first season of Supergirl, you had that ridiculous love quadrangle. Jimmy, Kara, Gwen, Lucy Lane. And I feel like with Lynn, they're doing some things to make her be an obstacle, but not giving her enough motivation, or taking away her motivation by the end of the episode. So it feels like every single hour we're doing the same thing, where it's like, I don't want you to be like Black Lightning. Something happens. Oh, maybe it's okay if you're Black Lightning.
Or we have a conversation and suddenly I'm like, I have to back down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love you, but I'm angry. Exactly.
Well, to be fair, at least for Supergirl, first season wasn't CBS and wasn't really a CW show.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, in general, all of these shows, like Legends did it too. Legends, the first season was all about the Hawks and their love story, which was bullshit.
I'd rather watch paint dry.
And then they did that brief thing where Hawk Girl was dating Ray, and then they also just broke that up just to serve the Hawks love story again. Yeah. It's just, they're bad at it.
Okay, but another question is, has anyone really read the comics that this is based off of?
No.
Okay, because I asked because I don't know if her character is like that in the comic books, and if they're just being faithful to the source material, and I am echoing really bad.
No, I know. I'm trying to figure out what that is.
So, yeah, I don't know if they're being faithful or unfaithful to the source material. I know that it is frustrating, and I do think it is literally bad writing. I think they want her to be a obstacle, but they also are constantly walking it back because they want Lynn and Jefferson to get together eventually.
And also, could this be a thing with the Akil's writing?
I don't think it's his writing.
I think it feels thematic to the CW. This is what they do, unfortunately.
Yeah, like, because to me, if that's the thing, if we're attributing it to the Mara and Salim's writing, then their writing is better than the other CW shows. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't want to call them out and say that they're doing a bad job writing because they're getting this one character wrong.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was just agreeing with Shanna. I mean, the show as a whole is very well written. It just seems like they don't know what to do with her, and it is frustrating.
Yeah, like, I don't want to be like, the kids don't know how to write like, because they are getting one thing wrong when everything else is like, I'm sitting here taking notes, just writing down I'm basically doing a transcript of the episode. That's what my notes are. Like every other line, I'm like typing, I'm like, oh my God, we gotta talk about this one line. Like, so their writing is good. It's just, I don't think they know what to do yet. They want her to be an obstacle, but they want to walk it back each week so that we can leave open the possibility of Lynn and Jefferson getting back together, which is clearly going to happen, by the way. Like, I feel like they don't have to convince us it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen.
Right.
Okay, but here's the question. Do you think that her running hot and cold is eventually going to... I'm wondering if Jefferson is gonna fall into the clutches of Vice Principal McThirsty before all this is said and done.
Okay, Vice Principal or Mrs. McThirsty. At first, well, I think she's still attracted to him. I don't think the thirst has gone away, but at first I was like, she's tired of him. Like that first scene that they had together when he was like, you know, tell the board, da, 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 da. She was like, you tell the board if you want the board to know it. Da, da, da. I was like, she's tired of him. Then in that second scene with the board member, she wants his job.
Oh, yes. Really?
I noticed that too.
Okay.
I noticed that too. So I was like, wow, okay, she wants his job and his manhood. And
I think she's angling to get his job. The fact that she has such a close relationship with the board, the fact that she keeps saying this is what the board wants and I think we should do it and all this, she's angling to get his job. She's a yes woman for the board.
Treacherous.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I've seen these educational politics before. Like, I've seen this.
I think eventually she probably gets his job at some point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so he can be Black Lightning full time?
He's something's going to happen where Jefferson's going to just say, you know, I'm done with this. And, you know, he's leaving, blah, blah, blah. And then it'll be something that she sort of had her hands all up in, and a situation she helped create. And she's going to get his job and he's going to get it back.
I think it's already starting. I think she's creating that situation, giving the board the power to make future decisions about students.
Which never ends well, by the way.
And also, again, as somebody who has been in education, that's not how a board works for a high school. They don't make those decisions.
Well, it's a private high school, isn't it?
It seems like a public charter.
Say that again, D?
Like I said, I thought it was like a private school, or and then Shauna said it was like a charter, which makes a little bit more sense. But
yeah, it's definitely like a community school, because their whole point is having kids. Like, I don't think the kids who go to that school have money. So I'm pretty sure it's like a public charter probably has, or a community school that has like a board that is like an advisory board or something like that, and helps raise funds and all of that. But it's definitely not like a private school. And even at a private school, you wouldn't have a board like that. The board wouldn't make decisions like that. If you had some sort of disciplinary whatever, it would be like a committee made up of like faculty, administrators, maybe students, and maybe like one board member would sit in on a disciplinary committee. But like the board would help in designing like the framework of it. They wouldn't be the people who have the final say on whether or not expel.
Would it surprise anyone if we found out that Lady Eve was behind the school?
I mean, at this point, who knows what she's behind? She could be behind it all. It's just, we know she's higher than Tobias. So let's talk about Lady Eve.
Can we talk about her isms? Calling Tobias a magical albino. Can we not?
Bruh. I don't, man. That every episode, it seems like it's going to have one of those moments where I'm like, I can't believe this shit just happened on TV.
Eve. I almost call her Eve like that was her real name. Jill Scott is playing the shit out of this role.
Agreed.
Oh, she is completely hamming this up and she's loving it.
Oh, okay. So she did this whole spiel about albinos, which I was like, I heard we're not supposed to call them that.
No, not at all. A person with albinism. That is the proper phrasing.
And I love how she did the whole thing, and he was like, yes, I know this. He's like, you ain't telling me shit I didn't already know, but thank you.
Yeah, he had that response like, you know what? You're the very first person to ever tell me this story ever. Never heard this before.
She is over here doing what I assumed was just embalming a dead body, which is already sinister enough. But halfway through her whole little speech, homegirl looks down and the person makes a noise.
Right, he takes a breath. Yeah. He actually took a breath. I'm like, but isn't that and I was looking close. I'm like, but he's got the Y scar from the autopsy. How is that possible? They couldn't have. I was like, maybe that's just extra breath, but no, they would have got that all out during the autopsy. What's happening? And she just digging.
Yeah. I thought it was the same thing. I was like, maybe it's one of those situations where the body's just like expelling gas, but that's a little late in that process, isn't it? But
after the Y-shaped, because after the Y-shaped scar, they've already gone through and taken out all the organs and weighed them.
Exactly.
So they would have gotten all that out. Oh my God.
And then at the end, when it opened its eyes, I wasn't ready for that.
I just want to know what it is. Like, I just want to know, like, was this a punishment type thing? And then what happens after she is done with whatever she's done? Is the person dead? They just walk around with embalming fluid in their body? Like, what?
Well, and the question is, was she taking the embalm? No, she wasn't embalming him or taking it out. She was doing something else.
I thought she was pumping embalming fluid in him.
Well, usually those tubes are clear and the fluid's kind of a lighter color. Whatever was in or out of that thing was very dark. So it wasn't embalming fluid.
But the creepy part about it was like, wasn't she humming? Like she was making a pie or something? Mm-hmm. Bruh, that's creepy.
Well, okay. She was also the whole time just in her most pleasantest voice, letting homeboy know that he needs to fix this Black Lightning problem. And the fact, and also that he messed up by shooting Khalil, she's like, people like that little boy. But your whole claim to fame is that you're the dude who killed Black Lightning. And if you're not the dude who killed Black Lightning, then what the hell are we paying you for?
Basically, his street cred from killing Black Lightning opened the door for that job.
Mm-hmm. I think as she said, she was like, it's like you lied on your resume.
Yeah. Oh, and the funny part was, well, why should I trust that you'll do it now if you didn't do it before?
Right. Questions that need answers.
And then here he go. Now he gotta bust everybody down. He gotta figure out exactly who lied to him and what's going on. so now he gotta go back and beat up other people. I when he said you owe me a death, I was like, oh, sorry.
And I guess it seems that the suit man, I guess, dragged Black Lightning to safety and substituted another body for him or something. That's
Gamby, yeah, and we're gonna get around to Gamby. What the fuck is he doing?
So we talked about this last week, and so I'm sticking with my theory. I think he knew that Jefferson wanted to retire, and he also knew that Jefferson wouldn't retire if he thought Tobias was still alive. So I think he let Tobias think Black Lightning was dead, and then let Jefferson think that Tobias was dead. That's my theory. Sticking with it until they show us some flashback scenes. Still waiting on those flashback scenes.
Yes.
And I know I'm jumping around, so if you need me to stop jumping around, just say so.
Oh wait, are we? Do you guys think that the scene that we saw where Lynn was like, "I'm through, I'm taking the girls," whatever? Do you think that was the same night that Black Lightning thought he killed Tobias, or that Tobias thought Black Lightning was dead?
I feel like it was the night Tobias thought Black Lightning was dead, because wasn't that the night he was bloody in the tub?
Yeah.
I feel like that it was the night that he thought he killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my point.
What I wanted to jump over to was, like I said, what the hell is Gamby doing?
Gamby is lying. Alfred is lying.
His name's Gamby.
That is what he's doing.
His name's Gamby. Quinn. You gotta quit. What are you doing?
I think my whole line, like my whole note about him, is that Alfred stay lying about everything. And he's lying to
but the
everyone.
question is why? What are you? And I don't know if he recognized that was Anissa, but I feel like that wasn't a good enough angle for him to know that was her. So why are you hiding the presence of another potential metahuman from your boy?
So I thought, what I will say about Alfred, because we've already talked about his man love for Jefferson, is that I do think what he does because he thinks he's protecting Jefferson. So I wondered if he thought, like, whatever this thing is, I have to know what it is before I tell Jefferson, because I don't want Jefferson going after this person with being unprepared.
I think that might be it, to be honest with you. Because, because the first thing he did, my man pulled out a shotgun and decided to investigate the situation. I think he's really trying to put Jefferson in the best situation possible. Like, he clearly feels responsible for him.
I'm telling you, and get you a man that love you the way Gamby loves Jefferson. That's my new ship. I'm shipping it, damn it.
When he pulled out that gun, I was like, what the fuck, Alfred? Like, what are you
Gamby is the opposite of Miguel.
Oh,
fuck Miguel.
We're not doing this. Anyway, we are not doing this.
I'm sorry. Miguel. It's a Pavlovian response. I am sorry.
Miguel Hive. Anyway.
Fuck Miguel.
Yeah. All I know is Gamby stay lying. And also this man, I still need to know where he's earning this extra money, because it is not from making suits.
It is
Unless
not.
we find out that, okay, what if we learn that Cisco and them have been designing the suits, but Gamby is the one who actually makes them?
What are you talking about?
Because they always have like a perfectly tailored superhero suit. What if we find out, like, that Cisco's been designing the suits, but then he just like sends the whatever the plan? I don't know what they call it when it's not. When it's closed, yes. He sends the designs to Gamby, and Gamby actually makes them in his haberdashery. So
then was Gamby on vacation when they came up with Ralph's first suit?
Probably. Or either that, or even Gamby was like, this is stupid.
Hey man, they might have gone with the competition,
I'm just saying.
It's got to be a cut rate guy somewhere.
Gambit's prices got too high because clearly they are paying him thousands of dollars per suit.
Yo, Jimmy down the street can make it for half the money.
Ridiculous. Gambit must be charging them high ass prices. I just, yes, because I don't understand how he has this Stark level tech in his haberdashery. It just makes no sense.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. This show is gonna have to start explaining stuff and fast.
Why fast? Because,
well, okay, so like where Superman gets his money, his tech, where powers are coming from, just everything. It's I don't know. I have a feeling once they start explaining stuff like. Maybe Lynn's behavior might seem a little bit more understandable, but they haven't really explained anything yet. I mean, he's just right now. It's just Black Lightning being Black Lightning and Thunder, Anissa, learning to be a superhero.
For me, it's not like the questions are not affecting my enjoyment of the show. Like. I'm okay with not knowing, even if we never find out. Like it's funny to me. I'm okay with never finding out where Alfred gets all his money, but like certain things, I do think they will eventually get to. But that's why I'm waiting on my flashback episode. I know there has to be one because it's not affecting how much I enjoy the show. I enjoy the show every single week, even with all the questions. The questions just make me want to see more of the show.
So I want to ask everyone a question. Have you been so in love with someone that you were willing to pretty much give up everything for that person?
Yes.
Are we talking about Jennifer?
Jennifer ain't giving up shit. That was very clear on her face.
Yeah, I was like, we're talking about Jennifer. She's 16,
and it was clear that Jennifer
trying to be cute.
But it was also clear that Jennifer, even before she told her parents she was quitting running, it was clear that Jennifer was like, I didn't really sign up for all of this. This is probably more than I can handle. So yeah, I see her jetting, and that further making Khalil even more bitter and more prone to falling under Tobias's influence.
Bingo.
Yeah, I don't think she's really. Yeah, I think it's more guilt. I think all of that stuff is out of guilt. Like she feels guilty about all the stuff, like from the beginning. Like we've just seen her make bad choice after bad choice, and I feel like Khalil was like one of the good choices that she made. And then she was like, I want to go out and march, and she took Khalil with her, and now will never walk again.
And I mean,
so I think it's just guilt.
And I mean, to be fair, she is a child. Like,
oh no, I'm not.
That's a hard thing for an adult to take on.
Right, I'm not faulting her for it. She's reacting the way I expect a 16-year-old to react. However, yeah, it's not. I'm not blaming. When I say that, that's not blame. That's not judgment. That was perfectly written. That was perfectly written. Her reaction, I think.
Yeah, and also I think she wants to feel a little bit of control over something as well. And so when she made that decision to not run anymore, she kind of just felt like she's like, I think she's already been feeling like hopeless. And then she's like, well, I can make a decision about my life, and feel like I'm in control of my life in some way.
It seems like they decided to at least give an inkling that she has powers now.
In what way?
Remember when she calls out to the nurse and says, be quiet, he can hear you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he could hear them. I think she could.
Oh, I didn't see that as a power thing.
I just assumed she was closer to the door and could hear him, and thought he could hear, and thought he could too, because the door was propped.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't he say those people don't know me afterwards?
Yeah.
which I read as like he did hear them.
Yeah.
Okay, I've read that he didn't, but okay. But that's fine. But also, I think at the end of that scene, you see her wearing a lightning earring, which I was like, oh, so they are definitely going to, show her with powers at some point, and she will be known as Lightning. So I guess that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like, because I don't know like how much people know about the characters. There is a scene if you look in one of the previews, there is a scene showing her manifesting powers. So it's coming.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I've not seen any of the future, stuff.
It's not. It's just it's one of the random trailers. It's actually an older trailer, but it's a very quick scene, and I noticed it the other day when I was looking at some old trailers. Okay. Let's talk about the drug, this green light. First of all, I feel like they blew their music budget a little bit too fast because
this was all original bullshit.
This week was like all original music.
All original bullshit. I had the closed caption on, and those lyrics, I'm like, I'm not an artist, but I think I could write better lyrics than this. It's like, yeah, well, I murdered a dude, and I'm like,
Green Light,
really?
The Green Light song is written by the same guy who does the theme for
exactly.
Oh yeah,
and it's just as bad.
You know what? This is the first episode where I actually agree that like that theme song got to go.
Yes.
Okay. So
gotcha.
Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with the theme song, obviously, because I've been jamming to it. My problem came when we got the full theme song. So when it was just
exactly.
I told y'all.
I thought
y'all
it was just like this little chorus. But then you get the full verse, and he is literally rhyming the same words with the same words.
I told you. Y'all gonna learn to listen to me. I told you from the beginning that song was trash.
Yeah, once I heard more than Black Lightning's back, and then I was like, this song is trash. It's gotta go.
One day, people will listen to me. One day, damn it, people will hear me and believe me.
No, I was with it. I was like, because I was like, yeah, this is for the streets. This is for my people. Black Lightning.
Oh my God, stop. Yeah, oh my God, stop. Don't make it worse. Don't make us relive it. What's wrong with you?
But then when he started, it was just like, I was like, oh, this full verse is kind of trash. And then we got the Green Light song just over and over, like.
Oh, that Green Light song. You know what?
Yeah, I was just like,
oh my God, that Green Light song made me actually not like, because I'll never like that song. It made me appreciate or hate the original theme song less because it was so bad.
Wait, I need to figure out, is there a way for me to, I feel like I need to put it at the end of this episode.
No, the fuck you don't. No, the fuck you don't.
Is there a way for me to do that without
you don't. Let me tell you something. No, you don't. You will not be doing that. Because I'm sitting there listening like this is an iambic pentameter. Is it a haiku? What's happening in this song?
Iambic pentameter? Really?
Come on.
I said it wasn't. I'm like, what the fuck is happening with this song?
Look, it's too late, man. I'm going to bed. It's too much.
Iambic pentameter.
This is for my people.
Stop it! Oh my God.
That's how I know it's bad. Because that's how I sound rapping, and the song sounds like that.
Oh my God. This song is so
man. That's a delayed L, man.
Jesus Christ.
I was with it when the only thing I heard was the chorus, but no, it's not. It's not a winner, man.
I told you one day you will believe me. I know what I'm talking about sometimes, damn it.
I think it's fine when you have like that one original random made for the show song dropped in to an episode, and there's lots of other good music, but this episode was just that.
It was all original music.
I was like, I guess they just blew it. Was it Kendrick's song? Did they spend too much money getting a Kendrick song? Like what? What messed it up?
He needs a new theme band, yo. He needs a new theme band.
Oh god.
I know. I want him to have I need at least one episode where he has like a very Shaft-esque theme, like just playing in the background when he's walking. Because it's just, I love this show so, so much. So
oh my god, it is not like I can mute myself because I'm recording, so it's still gonna pick me up.
No, not even try. Okay, so this drug, green light. The first taste is free, yo. The first taste.
Stop it! Oh my god! Sing that song. I hate you so much.
It's because apparently it's like crack and PCP had a baby, according to Alfred.
Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Never. Okay, this is what I need this show to never do again. Do not ever let James Remar paraphrase the 10 crack commandments. Never ever again is he allowed to do that.
Never get bring that up.
When he said he didn't follow the first rule of drug dealing. And in my head, I was like, never get high off your own supply. Said it. And I was like, why is James Remar paraphrasing Biggie Smalls? What is happening right now?
Oh my God.
Oh, the show.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
But I loved it because then Jefferson also had that line later where he was like, black kids ODing has never been newsworthy.
Oh.
And I was like, Jefferson, if you don't preach this good word out here about Jesus, tell them about themselves, please.
Oh,
gosh. And he's at school, somebody's freaking out in the bathroom. Turns out this kid is high on green light. So high that he rips a fucking urinal out of the wall.
Right. I'm like, does he have Anissa's powers? Is this what... honestly, when he first did that, I thought, is this what Lady E is doing? Is she putting powers into people or tapping into something? I was like, no, he just high. I'm like, how, Sway? How?
I thought this was when we were going to find out that, like, the 100 is disseminating drugs to give everybody superpowers.
The detergent fish oil pills.
This show just went full comic book.
I like they took a page from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They just fish oiling it up.
So ridiculous. But my favorite part is after he gets caught and they come back. And so Jefferson's all like, we won't expel you. I just need to know who you got the drugs from. And he goes, I ain't gonna snitch.
Like the hell you said, you better snitch. Yes, you are.
I said at the TV, I was like, Bernard better be a snitch today.
But okay, so let me say, what is the problem since the rapper apparently is the biggest snitch of them all? Song
Whoa, you broke up a little bit. What?
You go down the street, you talk to my man named 2 Bits, green light.
True.
That's how you get it, huh?
Game.
That's how you get it, huh?
I will shut this recording down, goddammit, if y'all sing them lyrics one more time. Stop it.
I mean, my dude was giving all the business away, though.
He was about to give, like, the recipe. He's like, first you mix it with this.
What I wanted, I'm like, when did this show need an in-show narrator? When did we ask for this? Oh,
if
God.
I was a kid, I'd just tell Principal Jefferson to turn the radio on.
He's our rapperator. He just gives us the background through his song.
Oh my God. Do you remember the movie Head of State with Chris Rock?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Nate Dogg was basically singing. That's who this guy is. He's Nate Dogg from Head
Oh, God.
I'm so angry.
Sorry. I hate everything.
The title of the episode is
Oh no, I gotta retitle our post. It's not gonna be what about that black girl badging? It's gonna be the
Green light.
No.
Oh, you're laughing too hard. I love this.
I hate everything.
I had to throw that out there, man, because you had two different guys say, I'm not snitching, but the radio snitching.
That's the title. The radio snitching. Thank you. Got it. Radio stay snitching.
However, will we crack this green light case? Turn on the radio.
In the background. Nobody's paying attention.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
My other favorite part of this whole thing is we get introduced to 2 Bits.
Why?
When the dude snitches on 2 Bits is my favorite part. He goes, I know it sounds like a 70s slave name, but that's the thing.
Jesus Christ.
2 Bits. So, okay, I did Google. I did my Googles. 2 Bits is a character from the comics. Because I was like, that has to be with a name like 2 Bits. He cannot be from anywhere but a comic book. And he has always been in the Black Lightning comics as a low-level villain / stoolie. So he's like,
he's
a snitch. Yeah, he's Turk.
He's a red shirt. Is he a red shirt or is he Turk?
My favorite part, though, is when Black Lightning comes in.
Yes!
And he's like, I know you're going to knock me out. I know you're going to knock me out.
Can I get a picture? Can I get a selfie?
Can you glow while you at it?
I love that was it there. Like, Jefferson was going to take the selfie.
He really was.
But then he was like, can you glow? And he's like, no.
No.
See, this is when you think the show is about to drop an N-bomb.
Oh.
Because you thought he was about to say, nigga, no.
Right, exactly. Nigga, no.
I said this nigga wants a selfie. I can't believe it. So, I felt like it was an N-word worthy moment.
Oh God.
And then the TV executives came in and said, we let y'all get away with a lot, but that was not gonna fly.
Yeah, no.
Not gonna have to change.
I'm so sorry because I was laughing so hard. Do you think they let Crest do one take where he got to say nigga though?
It had to have happened, man. It has to have happened.
They had to reshoot it because he let it slip.
He got to fill into the role. It was like,
yeah, he was like, that nigga no. And then he's like, oh.
Sorry.
Let's go again.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh. I love like just everything involving this whole drug dealing storyline. It was great. It's just great. So my one quibble, and this is again where I think they're just not utilizing Lynn well. When she was so short with Jefferson on the phone, when he was like clearly trying to process his guilt over all this collateral damage since Black Lightning came back and all this good stuff, and she was at the hospital, I thought, and maybe this is why I should be in the writer's room, I thought it was going to turn out that she was dealing with all of these cases of people coming in, overdosing, or hopped up on green light, and that's why she was being so short with him. Like, I'm trying to deal with the same thing you're dealing with in a different way, or in the right way.
That would have made sense.
But she's a neuroscientist, so how would she be dealing with that?
I think even more so.
Well,
because
but I don't. If she
said what was so weird about the drug was that it changes your brain chemistry so quick that people were getting addicted to it faster.
Right, but they haven't called in the CDC. I didn't think she's a neuroscientist, not a neurologist. So I don't get the sense that she practices medicine so much as she does the research around it.
But she was in a hospital.
She could be running studies.
True. Either way, I just thought, again, it would have been a good way to pull her into the story, to make her frustration make sense, and to make her shortness make sense.
Agreed.
That was my one quibble about the storyline. Tobias, I feel like we need to talk about his lines.
Which ones?
Can I toss in something real fast? So I think one of the more underrated parts of this episode was the dinner.
With the Hendersons.
Yes. And when Henderson is saying Black Lightning's a vigilante, and Lynn's giving Jefferson this look. Listen.
Yes, that back and forth was great.
And then Anissa, says something to Henderson, and then Jefferson has that Kermit with the tea look.
While sipping on his wine.
Right.
That was good.
Why he was so quiet? He was so quiet, dog.
That was brilliantly acted.
Real tall, and you big too. What do you know about Black Lightning?
That was brilliantly acted. I like that. You're right, Dee. That was a great scene. And
what I really like about it is Anissa's, what's the word? You can really see how satisfied Anissa is now that she kind of she has this power. Mm-hmm. So that was really where all of that was coming from. It was like, I can do this. I can be in charge. And I love her. And her being also it's your first time when you're young, your first time hanging around adults.
Oh yeah,
who knew you when you were little.
Yep. Like they say back in the day, you smelling yourself.
Yeah.
they say, shoot, I say that now. What you talking about?
She's like, I'm powerful, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna debate you about politics and what's happening in our city. And I like how she was like, no offense, and he was like, anytime somebody says no offense, they're about to say something offensive. So go ahead. It was the perfect. She was Anissa was just ready. She had all her points laid out, and she knew she was right.
Preaching, praying, and marching ain't getting it done.
Harriet, I know. Harriet don't want to march no more.
Harriet want to lay hands.
Yeah, I was like, actual Harriet didn't march no more. Harriet was like, we finna get up out of here. So the nickname is actually perfect. But I love also when she does her whole with the hoodie and she goes to confront the drug dealers and she knocks them out and really hurts them.
I was gonna say didn't she crush chest cavities? I mean, she didn't knock them out. She fucked them up.
Anissa was shooketh.
Yes, she was.
Shooketh herself. She was like, I was ready to bust some heads in. I did not know I was that powerful.
They had it coming, pulling guns because you selling drugs and got called out on it. I don't feel sorry for him.
When they call her a bitch, I was waiting for her to be
fuck her up.
Queen Latifah. Who you calling a bitch? I love her so much. And then her beating up those homes at the with her sparkly hoodie on, her sparkly fur hoodie on. I'm surprised Alfred didn't recognize her because I was really like, how many girls run around with that hoodie? But when she cracked that hole in the ground,
and they thought it was an explosion.
Yes. Anissa is strong as fuck. I love her. Oh, this is just me every week. I feel like every week I just fangirl about how much I love Anissa. And her cornrows, whenever she's about to do some shit, she's like, let me cornrow my hair back. Love her so much. Yeah. Anything else on Anissa?
How long do you think it'll take Suit Man to make her a suit?
You know what? To me, it's about if she says anything.
No, I think he's like Edna Mode. He got suits ready just in case them kids got power.
It's gonna be like on Arrow when they just like the case comes sliding out. He already had suits for the whole family. Just he's gonna, that's how him and Lena are gonna bury the hatchet. He's gonna be like, I made you a suit too.
Where's my super suit?
No capes.
No capes.
No capes.
No capes.
No capes.
All right, Tobias, and these lines. I feel like we should just all go around and say, what was your favorite Tobias line of the night?
Oh, you were serious?
I'm dead serious. I'll start with mine. My was when he was talking to the guy that was supposed to have seen Black Lightning die. And he said, was the nigga dressed like Maurice White?
Yes. He said, did he have an Earth, Wind, and Fire outfit on? What? Was he dressed like Maurice White?
I fell the fuck out. Like, had to pause, fell the fuck out. Why? Who is writing this man's lines? I feel like he has a totally separate writer.
Okay, so let me tell you a story. I watched this episode while I was eating dinner after work. Uh-oh. So I was at a restaurant. Yeah, that was almost low-key embarrassing when he said that line.
Why were you watching Black Lightning at a restaurant? Like, what were you?
I needed a.
You're watching it on your phone?
No, I was watching on my pad. I was sitting there eating hot pot and watching Black Lightning and almost spit the soup out.
I'm okay with your life choices, I guess.
Hey man, the struggle is real.
I liked his entire conversation with Khalil because it was so seductively sinister.
Mm-hmm.
Just that entire approach.
Oh, that was his Palpatine moment. That was Anakin and Palpatine in the opera.
I really hope Khalil's not that dumb. If he's gonna be that dumb, I need him to go back to Riverdale.
I don't think he's gonna be dumb enough to blame Black Lightning, but he's bitter. You could see it on his face when Jefferson told him that his spinal cord was severed.
But he is going to be dumb enough to blame Black Lightning because he's going to probably play it off like, so he blocked all of those bullets before. Why didn't he block the one that got the Reverend and me?
But I don't see him being that. He hasn't displayed that level of immaturity. He's not been on Jennifer's level with regard to that. I don't see him. If he gets bitter, it's not going to be because, he didn't block this bullet. It's going to be like, you disappeared and let our town go to this, which led to me being injured. I can see that being his dissent more than I can see you didn't block this bullet for me being his dissent.
I would also blame Homegirl, who's a bad shot, but that's just...
Yeah.
Anyone else have their favorite Tobias moment? I think he's the best.
He's really good.
I wonder how important Tori's going to wind up being to the show.
Oh, I think she's going to be very important. So Tori is a brand new character that they created just for the show. I love that she is a super dark-skinned woman while her brother has albinism. I love that contrast, and I'm pretty sure that was purposeful, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
But first of all, when she rolled in, I was like, when did this turn into a Lexus commercial? It felt like a car commercial. I was like, are we still on ads? Like, how? Like,
they borrowed
down the city.
They borrowed some of that Black Panther marketing.
Yeah. I was like, what is happening? And then they did, and then just the way she walked in, and she was just like, "Okay, so how we about to kill this nigga?" Like, I was like, "Oh, I'm all in." Like, you already sold me.
Yeah, that took me out because I wasn't expecting that to be the second sentence out of her mouth.
Well, first, when the way she rolled in, I thought we were gonna find out. I was like, "Oh, Tobias got a girlfriend." Like the way she rolled in,
I did too.
Yeah, she was all like, "I hate coming here." Like I thought she was about to be like, like coming to your little spot up in Freeland. We couldn't meet nowhere else. Like I was like, "Oh, okay." And then she was like, "How we gonna kill Black Lightning?" And I was just like, "What?" Like I was like that Cardi B gift where she's like, "Okay." I was like, "Yes, let's do this." I'm all in. I'm all in on Tori and Tobias.
Did anyone else catch that Tobias said he had he was a politician?
Yes.
I missed that part, I guess.
Yes. So he was a politician, and I guess he was a corrupt politician, and then Jefferson took him out, and he decided to go full comic book villain, I guess.
Yeah, that's the only way to explain it, because I don't understand. Well, we did elect, Tangerine Tyrant, but
after 2016, we can't say nothing surprising or shocking. I'm sorry, we just can't. We just can't. After the incident, we cannot claim that anymore.
That's why I didn't even finish the sentence.
Yeah, I was very much so surprised by that, and then, I need these flashback episodes. I know they have to give it to us. I need to know the backstory. Everything they give me, it just makes me want more. Yeah, Tobias is my favorite character ever. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention when we were talking about the drugs, Bernard beat the shit out of his father.
Holy shit! He beat the brakes off his daddy. What the fuck?
When his daddy called Black Lightning,
his eye was swollen shut. Oh my god! He couldn't see out his left eye.
That episode of Martin where Martin got beat up by the boxer.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry. Okay,
I'm about to express a very unpopular opinion. That boy absolutely should have been expelled after the first time. You are so high that you damaged school property and tried to kill your principal. I understand what everybody was saying. However, and especially because the next words out your mouth, if your daddy hadn't been there, was like, "I ain't snitching."
I'm not snitching.
Your ass gotta go. Because when your daddy ain't there, you ain't gonna do right.
But I think that served a purpose, though, because the vice principal said the same thing that Gamby said to Jefferson, which is you can't save them all.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't think he should have been expelled after the first time. I think it was definitely a bad look to not expel him, because it's not like there's been situations where kids get caught with drugs and you just kind of, you definitely give them punishment, maybe not as harsh of a punishment as is in your handbook or whatever.
True. But
because it was such a public thing what he did, he damaged property.
It's not even a public thing. And yes, the damage of the property. You attacked somebody. You got violent with somebody. That's the expellable.
He was also like so high that he didn't know what he was doing necessarily. So I can get why you can also excuse it. You can be like, this is something that nobody expected to hit the community. Like clearly everybody was like, we didn't expect this drug to hit so hard.
I thought he was actually being rather kind to his father, because
by fucking up his eye? Wait, what?
Oh, I thought it could have been much worse.
No.
I don't think that man can see out that eye no more. I think he's blind in that eye.
I thought it could have been much. I was like, he just got his eye messed up. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it could have been.
He beat the black off his daddy. That was fucked up.
His daddy gonna wind up with a glass eye. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that was crazy. Bernard. Definitely after all the stuff, when he was like, "We'll get you clean," and I was like, you can get him clean all you want. He ain't coming back to that school. Tell you that much. Oh, Bernard. Woo.
Are we at the point where we're ready for feedback?
Yes.
All right.
You want to go ahead?
Yeah. Joseph S. Hello, ladies. And I'm going to add, and gentlemen, since we have gentlemen with us. These issues with Sam are about to come to a head, and it's going to be messy. Lena's the kind of boss I always wanted to work for. Alex wears safety pins under her armor. Like I said, she went back to she went full season 1 Alex. I didn't like it. Probably stole them from Kara. Poor Purity. She just wanted to be a normal woman. Then her Kryptonian powers manifested itself, and it was heartbreaking. I want a John Monell Win buddy cop episode. I want a Win hug. I'm not going to let that go. So squishy. I don't want an unnecessary love triangle between Monel, Imra, and Kara, although that's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah,
it's already happened.
We're all not pleased about that. You're not alone. Black Lightning is too real. Between taking us to church last episode to the drug epidemic hitting home, it was brutal. Khalil is getting seduced by the dark side of Tobias, who apparently traffics in lunatic family members. Lady Eve is legit terrifying. Anissa controlling her powers and looking out for Grace was cute, although never forget she did her old boo dirty with the new boo. Did she? Oh, yeah. Anissa. I was thinking...
forgotten last week she was dancing up that great. Miss Black. The Asian.
Look, I went straight Westworld. Like, it don't look like anything to me. Jennifer was just wilding out on her parents. Hell, everybody's family members are a bit out there. Although Jefferson looking proud as Anissa read than Henderson's right act was hilarious. That's all I got. Thanks, Joe. Amani, hey, buddy. So y'all just gonna break down my girl's door as she's jamming, minding her own business. That's what I said. Kara's so messy, just knew it was the black woman. They deserve that beatdown. Alex is fully in a 53%. Just because you're hurt over a breakup doesn't mean you get to use police brutality. Talk about it.
Police brutality, Patty. That's what she was all about.
But Purity reading her ass for filth was everything I needed. Yes. I don't need this Monel and Kara thing they keep trying to make happen, though. And what does Lena know? Lady Eve is everything, and I need more Jill Scott in my life. And what is Gamby doing? Can't trust nobody in this town. P.S. I know this show gets me when we're really name-dropping Maurice White in prime time. Can I get a selfie? Black excellence. Thanks, Money. And then Sherrod B, last one. Well, Supergirl went out on a decent note before the break. I was mad Purity got caught first, but she was the only one Kara saw. And they should have put respect on Purity's name. Alex went full 53% on Purity. Alex should be lucky Purity didn't wreck her ass. Not here for the forced love triangle, but it is the CW, so I will deal with it. Hopefully Supergirl comes back strong after the break. Yeah, I swear to God, please don't do a Flash. Please don't do a Flash. Please don't do a Flash. Yeah.
I mean, I think they've been doing great.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Came back from break. I don't know what is happening in the Flash right now.
Oh, my God.
Okay, is it... No, I can't even say it's a... I was like, was Kreisberg that good that he was holding it together? But no, we know he was bad. So I got nothing. Got no reason for it.
Now for Black Lightning. When I said Jennifer's powers will manifest like future Trunks, it was a Dragon Ball Z reference. His hidden power or turning Super Saiyan came out of seeing someone close to him die. Same thing I think going to happen to Jennifer after this episode. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Tobias is going to get Khalil to lead a campaign against Black Lightning. Maybe Jennifer can help, but who knows? Loved Anissa beating up those thugs. She getting used to her powers. Get that woman a super suit, T'Challa voice. Yes! One more week. Anissa going to be out in the street in an episode or so. Jill Scott is scary as Lady Eve. I hope she stays alive. Tobias and his sister are going to be a problem. And can't trust Gamby either. Looking forward to the next episode. I'm telling you, though, get you a man to look at you the way Gamby look at Jefferson.
And you'll probably end up with the man that lied to you the way Gamby lies to Jefferson, too.
See why you got to bring up old shit?
The doctor just can't keep a ship.
I really can't. I hate all y'all. Y'all make me sick.
I I don't know. I feel like I want to ask like another question. So, what are you guys looking forward to next week on Black Lightning? Since next week will just be an all Black Lightning episode. What are you guys looking forward to next week?
I didn't see the preview because I watched it on the CW website, so I didn't see the preview. But I'm hoping that Gamby discovers that it's Anissa and starts doing a little training montage with her.
They seem to be covering stuff pretty quickly, so that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Especially because you can see now that she's nervous because she really injured those people, and she's gonna want someone to help her figure out how to use the powers to put people down without like putting people down. So
I want to know more about this dead guy or dead person.
Yeah, what is Lady Eve up to?
I want to know what Lady Eve has on Tobias, or has that, keeps Tobias in check, because she just seems like someone she's got something that's keeping him in line, and I'd like to know what that is, because it just seems like Tobias could run roughshod over her. But
she bringing back dead people. I think that's what he got.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
He watching her reanimate.
He was embalming a dude, and the dude opened his eyes
and was breathing. I don't know if y'all saw this old like B-movie horror flick called The Reanimator. That's what the fuck she was doing. And like he knows she can do that. He's like, I don't want these problems. He don't want those problems. He don't want those problems. Nobody.
I think I am most looking forward to more Anissa and Grace. And I want to see where Grace fits into. It seems like she's down for what Anissa is talking about, but she doesn't really know what Anissa is talking about because she was knocked out. So I want to see how that develops. Well, we will see you guys next week. We're going to figure out when we're recording because we've been recording on Thursday, and obviously next Thursday is Black Panther Thursday. So, we're going to figure out what our regular recording time is going to be. But either way, we'll have something for you next week, and we're all super excited to, have our first Black Lightning only episode. So talk to you later.
Bye.
Peace.